Today on Fix My Oculus, we're taking a closer look at the Xbox Quest 3S. Is this headset just a limited edition reskin with Game Pass slapped on? Or did Meta and Microsoft sneak in any hardware tweaks while no one was looking? Well, today I'm going to tear it apart so that we can get a good look and see if there's anything going on underneath the hood compared to the original 3S. And definitely stick around for this one, guys, because this is not a review video. It's a teardown. Now, if you've been eyeballing the Xbox Quest 3S, you probably already know that it comes in black with green accents, the controllers come in black with green accents, and it also comes with an Xbox controller and some Game Pass access. But that doesn't really tell us if anything's changed on the inside. And we can look at spec sheets and know that the processor's the same and the storage size is the same and yada yada yada, but that doesn't prevent Meta from making small, subtle changes to their headsets. As someone who's repaired hundreds, if not thousands of Quest 2s, I can tell you that Meta actually has a pretty long history of making small, slight tweaks. Now, some of those tweaks are made because of manufacturing cost changes, and other times they're made because Meta actually knows that there's an issue with something, they identify that, and then they try to tweak it or change it. Classic examples of this would be like including more adhesive or a different bracketing mechanism to hold down different ribbon cables or zip connectors. And then in some cases, there's components like the LCDs or the pancake lenses that actually have multiple manufacturers because Meta chooses to contract the production out to multiple places. And then if one of those companies goes out of business or loses the contract for whatever reason, then you'll see all of that work kind of go to one manufacturer. So knowing what I know about the 3S and that there are some like known weak points inside of it, especially with things like the speaker arms, it just makes me curious to know if maybe they've made some changes on the inside. The other thing that I think is kind of interesting is that a lot of people are looking at the Xbox 3S and going, well, it's just black on the outside now and it's got some green accents. But I don't feel like that really tells the whole story, because as I've experienced personally trying to paint headsets, you can't just paint the outside of something and call it a day. The ideal solution would be to use components that are just that color of plastic. And then when we look at the accents on the Xbox 3S, we know that it has a green ring around it. That can only mean that this bracket component that holds the fan in was painted green, at least partially, or maybe it was also made out of a different colored plastic. And I think stuff like this is important for us to dig into because I know that there's a lot of people that are looking at this and thinking that it's just a cash grab. Maybe it is. Maybe Meta just slapped some logos and paint on the outside of the headset and called it a day. Or maybe they actually put some work into it and it's actually cooler than it's being given credit for because it's not just a Quest 3S with a paint job. So if there is a hidden upgrade, or maybe some corners that have been cut, we're going to find it. And whether or not you've already purchased one, or you're looking at trying to get one, you'll know a little bit more about what you've paid for. Real quick, if you do like these types of teardown videos, my repair videos, or you just want to learn more about VR hardware, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And be sure to stick around to the end of the video because I've got some important news about our next giveaway. Trust me when I say you're going to want in on it. So with all that said, let's go ahead and tear down the Xbox 3S. Inside the box is the Meta Quest 3S headset, the Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, the Xbox wireless controller, the two Meta Quest Touch Plus controllers, black and green with AA batteries, two wrist straps, black and green, pre-installed, the Meta Quest Elite strap, the standard facial interface, pre-installed, glasses spacer, USB-C power cable, and USB-C charging cable. And I gotta admit, I do like the packaging on this a lot. I'm not sure how well this picks up on camera, but the lettering is holographic, which is a nice touch. Go ahead and pull those off, and then we can go ahead and slide that out. It's about the size of the Quest Pro box, and it looks like it lifts up like the Quest Pro box. That is pretty sweet. So I guess we'll just go ahead and pluck these things out of here. We've got our controller. It is a brighter green than I thought it was going to be, based on what I was seeing online. And then we've got our two Touch Plus controllers, little instruction manual. We've got our headset. I thought that this was going to have green accents around the cameras. That's a little disappointing. In the images, it looked like it had green accents around the cameras, but it's just reflection. It looked like it was going to have green accents around the cameras and sensors and the IR emitters, and there is no such thing. It must just be a reflection in some of the images that I saw. This is definitely green under here, and that does look like it's redesigned compared to the bezel that I'm used to seeing. Maybe it's just because I can see the shape of it, but it looks different to me. Cable and adapter and our glasses spacer. Okay. Oh, this is the Game Pass stuff. I see. Redeem your 3-month Game Pass trial. I guess we're going to start like we usually do with these sorts of things, by taking off the facial interface and the strap. If you've never done this at home, or you don't know how to do this at home, the facial interface, it does just pop out. You just Easy. The speaker arms, while I'm here, I always like to give guidance on this. You want to keep a finger down where the speaker arm attaches to the headset itself, just to prevent putting any extra pressure on that joint. And then you're just going to twist the strap away from the speaker arm. And that just kind of prevents it from breaking those mounting rings that are inside. And then we'll do it one more time. Twist it away. And then out we come. Oh, that's cool. I wasn't expecting that. Well, kind of, sort of. The speaker arms are green. In the marketing materials, they make this look like it's an emblem, like it's on the speaker arm. It's, you know, it looks like it kind of pops out at you through what would be the auxiliary jack port on the strap here, but it's not. This is just, it looks like either painted on there or some sort of graphic that's on there. And then the speaker arms are very green. It's interesting that they didn't leave this green, because looking at that, you'd think that that comes out and that's part of the charge port, but that is part of the speaker arm. So it's weird that they left that black, but I guess maybe that looked sleeker in their renderings of it. Let's go ahead and get into it. Now, if you are trying to get into your Quest 3S at home for whatever reason, you are going to need a T3 screwdriver. That's what we use to open up the face plates here. There's 6 T3 screws that kind of go around the outside, and you'll just need to take all of those out in order to get in here. And they're pretty shallow screws, so as long as you know what you're looking for and you're using the right bit, it goes pretty quick. Pretty quick. Metal pry tool goes in the seam here, right in the middle, and I kind of pop that out on that side, and then we kind of pop it on the other side, and then this whole thing just comes out. So far, so good. This looks like it's all black on the inside, which is great. One change that I wouldn't say I was hoping for, but I was kind of wishing they'd at least experiment with it on this limited edition Quest 3S was the head strap retainer. The head strap retainers on the Quest 2s are like a removable component that can be easily replaced. And on the 3S, for some reason, they decided to make that part of this face shield. So if this breaks, you have to replace this whole component, which is super annoying. It's not as annoying as it is on the 3s, because on the 3s, it's actually part of the frame, just that everything's mounted into. So that's super annoying as well. Shameless plug for my Quest 3 fireworks video if you haven't seen that. Cool, so we're all good there. And then the next thing that you need to get into the Quest 3S is just a Phillips 000 bit and a screwdriver that's long enough to reach the screws that are in here. No changes to the lenses or the LCD, by the way. That looks the same, which is a big complaint for a lot of people because it is almost literally just a Quest 2 LCD assembly. Like the lenses and the LCD are the same on the Quest 2 as they are on the 3S, and I know that a lot of people don't like the 3S for that reason. If you're a Quest 2 person and you really like that platform, it probably doesn't matter as much. But I know a lot of people that were kind of looking for a budget option were disappointed that this didn't have a better screen or better lenses. All right, and the moment of truth here, if you're doing this at home, you can just kind of pop this out with your fingernails. Super easy. Cool. That's kind of legit. The whole thing's green. I was really worried that this was just going to be painted like where it needed to be for, you know, people to see it. And then this is black plastic. It's not painted on the outside, which probably would be a stupid thing to do for some reason. And I'm sure that there's somebody that can explain to me why Meta would never just paint a headset. But that was kind of a concern for me, was that where I'm looking at these headsets online going, oh, is it a wrap? Is it paint? Did they pour black plastic into the molds and just make a limited number of them? Hard to say. But the good news is with this, we know that they can do it now. You can just make a red 3 if you want to. You can make a black 3 if you want to. You could make a blue Quest 3S. You could make a green Quest 3S. We need color options, guys. If anybody at Meta is listening to me, we need colorways. We've got an Xbox One. Where is our Nintendo Meta partnership? I could really go for a red 3S that's got Virtual Boy branding on it. I'm just saying. Or PS1 colors. Give me gray with the original PlayStation logo all day. The other thing that we know, and we know this because we've seen Boz wearing one, is that they could do clear if they wanted to. You could do it. You have the technology. At this point, you are actively choosing not to. But aside from this bezel and the outside shell and the speaker arms, I'm really not seeing any differences here. All the bracketing is the same. The speaker arm mount system is the same, and they do just have the regular plastic ones in there. There's been no changes there. I've got a 3S right here. We can just take a look. So there is your side-by-side there. No big changes, no fan upgrade, no color accents on the side cameras, the power button, Display's the same, battery's the same. Action button and volume button are black, which kind of seems like a missed opportunity. Those could have really easily been green. Aside from this big chunk right here, which you never see because the strap is on, there's not a whole lot of green on it. It is really just a black 3S. I'm sure that you could find a strap that maybe takes advantage of this, like the Bobo straps that kind of like hook on the side. But realistically, you're not going to see this at all. I think since I'm not seeing any differences mechanically, I am probably not going to tear it down any further than this. I think we've seen everything that we need to see. There really are no changes here at all, even down to the way that things are taped and adhered. I mean, everything's the same, which makes sense. You know, it makes sense that it would be the same. I think I was just, hoping. But I think rather than bore you guys to death with 10 more minutes of me tearing that down only to find nothing, I think we'll just go ahead and move on to the controllers. Go ahead and eject the battery cover here. Ooh, that's actually matte on the inside. I kind of like that. Yeah, that's good. I wish it was matte like this, like a satin matte everywhere instead of the meta texture. That's kind of cool. And then we'll go ahead and take our wrist strap out. Black toggle, nice touch. Interesting that they went with the Duracell batteries in here. Those are not usually the batteries that Meta includes with their products. I don't know, maybe they got them for really cheap or something. It's hard to say. Next step in taking controllers apart, for anybody who's not seen my videos on taking controllers apart, we need to pry this faceplate up. There's a lot of adhesive that sits under here. I've noticed that going between the menu button and the joystick is the prime place to do it, because you're not going to come in contact with any of the LEDs by sticking your pry tool in there. And then once we've got some clearance, this whole thing just pops off, kind of like that. I probably should have got an original controller out here for comparison earlier, but yeah, this is the side-by-side, the original Touch Plus and then the Xbox Touch Plus. Obviously note that the buttons are different and the joystick is different, but one subtle change here that's kind of not super obvious is this is a blacker faceplate than this. The one that comes with the standard controllers almost looks gray by comparison, and you can really see it right there. This one is definitely blacker than this one. So if I take this and put that on there like that, yeah, that's darker. Joystick topper is green all the way down to the bottom. We're gonna go ahead and take some screws out here and just see if there's any differences under the hood. I like the fact that they went with the black sticker in here. That's a really subtle difference, but it makes the inside of this look, I mean, basically invisible and just totally sleek. If they had gone with the white sticker, it would have been kind of weird. Seams are a little harder to see just because it's black. Oh no, I see some white in there. Mark, Andrew, we're gonna have to talk if you let me down. If I find white inside this black Quest 3 controller, I'll be mad. Yeah, sure enough. So obviously the outer shell components are white, but the inside trigger portion here, where the magnet for the Hall effect sensor is, they left that white. And then this portion of the side grip, they left white. I mean, nobody would ever see it except for me, but why just not go all the way? Everything else is black. Everything else here looks really standard, no significant changes. We'll go ahead and take this joystick topper out so we can take a look at that. All of our LED positioning capacitance springs the same, and our joystick topper actually has a black center point there. So yeah, anyway, that's what they look like on the inside. If you're curious about getting the Xbox 3S, now you know what you're kind of getting into and whether or not you're getting your money's worth for what is essentially just a color swap. I'd say on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm like maybe a 7 satisfied with it. I think that they had some opportunities to do some accents here that they really missed out on. I mean, the camera assembly for sure, you could have made this green. Just the plastic, just this piece of plastic, not the cameras themselves. You could have made that green, and then it would have popped out of the face shield, and you would have had those cool little green accents. I mean, you could have made the IR emitter covers Xbox logos. That would have been cool. They could be translucent Xbox logos. That would have been cool. It's just an IR floodlight that's built in, so there's no reason why you couldn't have done something else with those. I think the bezel's cool. I'm glad they went all the way with that, and it's not painted. I'm a little disappointed that they tucked a couple white components in here, but I guess you gotta cut costs somewhere. But there are some things I feel like they executed well on. Just making the battery compartment sticker black, they didn't have to do that. That was a cool move. The wrist straps having the green accent, I like that. The satin finish on the inside of the battery compartment cover, We need more of that. Give me more satin finish stuff. I'm sick of this like rough factory texture. That just feels slick. I would love for that to be more of the standard, at least someplace. Make it an accent someplace. But anyways, I'm curious to know what you guys think. Is the Xbox 3S a waste of money? Would you buy it? It's $100 more expensive than the normal 3S, but you do get the upgraded strap, you do get the Game Pass, and you do get the Xbox controller, which probably isn't worth $100, but I mean, it helps kind of get you there. Because the truth is that the aesthetics of a VR device just don't matter that much because you're not spending that much time looking at it, right? Like you spend more time in VR. You care about how it works and what the utility of it is. So if you're going to get a headset like this, is the function of being able to play with a controller on Xbox enough? Is it worth it? Would it keep you on the platform longer? And to that end, should Meta have more partnerships like this? I really am kind of interested to see where this goes and see where Microsoft or Meta take this, and maybe we'll get some more functions and features later on with different headsets, or maybe Meta just needed a way to sell more 3Ss. I don't know. But there must be a market out there for it, or there is at least a group of people who are semi-interested in it because these have all sold out already. If you go to Meta's page to try to buy one right now, they're already all gone. They were limited edition to begin with, and that's all there is. So even if this was like the coolest thing in the world to you and you really wanted to get one, you're probably getting one secondhand at this point. But what if I told you that even though these are sold out, you could get one for free? Because I'm going to tell you guys a little secret. I didn't buy the Xbox 3S. I bought 2 Xbox 3Ss. And I'm giving this one away to one of you guys. Entries into our Xbox 3S giveaway are now currently open. You can go check that out on our website, fixmyoculus.com, or you can click the link in the description below. And to those of you who watched my fireworks video on the 4th of July, I told you I had something cool coming. You got to trust the process. But anyway, that's really all I got for you guys today. Thanks for hanging out with me and checking out all the cool things going on with the Xbox 3S and its controllers. If you have any questions or thoughts about the 3S Xbox edition, please leave me a comment below. And if you would be so kind, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. But that's really all I got for you guys today. So we will see you on the next one.